This is the most powerful warrior in the universe. Even if he's blown to pieces, he can regenerate in seconds. That's because his blood isn't blood at all. It's made of billions of nanobots. Whenever they detect damage to the host, they immediately begin repairing tissue, giving him something close to immortality. Even more incredible, the nanobots also give him superhuman strength. With a series of punches, he can even crack an 800-kilogram concrete pillar. But not long ago, he was just an ordinary human soldier. Everything changed after he participated in a secret mission. Soon afterward, armed militants captured him in retaliation. They tied him to a chair and tried to force him to reveal classified military plans, even threatening his wife's life. Look at me. If I knew, I would tell you. I can't tell you. Because I don't know. Realizing he was no longer useful, the man with the mustache decided to silence them. Watching his wife being killed in front of him, the soldier was overwhelmed with rage. I swear, I will find you, and I will end you. Hearing this, the militant leader decided to eliminate him as well. But after the gunshot, something unbelievable happened. He woke up. He found himself lying on a strange operating table, tubes running through his entire body. When he fully regained consciousness, a woman rushed in to calm him down. Soon after, a man entered, introducing himself as a doctor from a technology company. He explained that after the soldier had died, the military donated his body. Using advanced technology, they replaced all the blood in his body with nanobots, bringing him back to life. However, there was a side effect. After being revived, he suffered severe memory loss. He couldn't even remember his own name. That night, he tried to stretch and move around, only to realize he had suddenly become incredibly strong. He couldn't understand what was happening. Just then, he ran into the same woman he had seen earlier. As they were talking, a nearby speaker suddenly made a strange sound, and in that moment, all his memories came flooding back. He remembered his wife's desperate expression before she died. The pain cut deep into his heart. He swore he would make the killer pay. Using the nanobots inside his body, he hacked into criminal databases and successfully located the man responsible. Then he went to the airport. With his enhanced analytical abilities, he quickly mastered how to fly an airplane. Meanwhile, the mustached man was fleeing under the protection of bodyguards, only to be intercepted by a massive truck. When the soldier stepped out, he fought like a god of war. He overpowered the guards with ease, defeating them one by one. Then he stood before the man who had destroyed his life, and pulled the trigger without hesitation, believing his revenge was complete. He returned to the company, but was it really over? Not at all. Sharp steel needles were slowly being inserted into his body, because his blood was made of nanobots. Whenever their energy was depleted, they had to be recharged in this way. While he slept during the recharge process, the doctor secretly altered his memories. In the blink of an eye, the man he believed had killed his wife was replaced in his mind by someone else entirely. To the doctor, he wasn't a person, just a reusable killing machine. After each mission, new memories were implanted, and the cycle began again. The people he killed were never truly his enemies. They were the doctor's former partners, eliminated so the doctor could monopolize the nanotechnology. When he woke up, the same events would be staged again, and a signal from a speaker would reignite his hatred, sending him out to kill once more, and just as planned. The cycle repeated. He flew out again to hunt another target. This time, however, the target had prepared an electromagnetic pulse device capable of shutting down the nanobots and rendering him powerless. Unaware of the trap, he stormed in with unstoppable momentum, but at the critical moment, the remote malfunctioned. He didn't give his enemy time to explain, he fired immediately. Yet just as he was about to leave, the device suddenly activated, the nanobot shut down, and he collapsed. Instantly, when he woke up again, a stranger was standing beside him. The man introduced himself as Black. He was the best programmer working for the target he had just killed, and the creator of the EMP device. Because his former boss had kept him imprisoned out of jealousy, Black wanted to break free, and in return, he told the soldier everything, the truth about the experiments, the lies, and the life that had been stolen from him. But after hearing the truth, Ray didn't show any anger at all, because he realized something important. If those memories were fake, then his wife might still be alive. He immediately jumped into a car and rushed home. But just as he arrived, the doctor had already tracked his location and sent 2 enhanced soldiers, Mechanical Legs and Jimmy, to capture him. When Ray knocked on the door, he finally saw his wife again after so many years. At that moment, he thought about letting go of his hatred and returning to a normal life, but his wife instinctively stepped back in fear. Then a little girl ran up and called her mom. Only then did Ray realize, his wife had already built a new family. It had been 10 years since they last saw each other, which meant he had been enslaved and used by the doctor for an entire decade. How could anyone endure such hatred and betrayal? Just as Ray was about to go back and take revenge, a large truck suddenly rammed toward him. After getting back on his feet, Ray grabbed Mechanical Legs and charged into the middle of the road. A speeding truck roared past, crushing Mechanical Legs' lower limbs, but Ray himself was completely unharmed. Just as he was about to finish him off, Jimmy seized the opportunity and drove a control device into Ray's body. A flash of blue light, and Ray collapsed instantly. With only a few taps on a controller, the man demonstrated the device's power. A girl nearby suddenly struggled to breathe, as if someone were choking her. It turned out she was also a modified super soldier. The breathing apparatus on her chest was the doctor's way of controlling her. Her next order was simple: eliminate Black, the programmer who knew too many secrets. With no choice, she carried out the mission. She knocked Black unconscious using a poison cigarette, then quickly subdued his bodyguards. But when she reported back, she lied, claiming the mission had failed. This forced the doctor to reactivate Ray and implant new memories again. Meanwhile, she secretly broke into the control room, inserted a flash drive into the main system, and gave Black remote access. Together, they decided to free Ray. With Black's skillful hacking, Ray's real memories were finally restored. He remembered how the doctor had exploited his love for his wife and turned him into a killing machine. The doctor soon discovered her betrayal and tried to regain control, but this time, with Black's help, she had already broken free. All the doctor could do was watch helplessly as she disappeared into the smoke. Meanwhile, Mechanical Legs returned, now equipped with a new combat suit. Ready for a final showdown, he launched a series of attacks with his mechanical arms, trying to distract Ray, then struck from another angle, knocking him to the ground. But Ray fought back fiercely, crashing into him and sending both of them slamming onto an elevator platform. Seeing Mechanical Legs losing the fight, Jimmy jumped in to help, forcing Ray's head against the glass. Ray broke free with a powerful strike and kicked Mechanical Legs flying backward, but in the next moment, Mechanical Legs managed to stabilize himself midair and came back again. Jimmy, however, was no match for Ray. Just when Ray thought he had won, Mechanical Legs suddenly dropped from above and kicked him hard, sending him flying. For a moment, it seemed like Ray was finished, but seconds later, he rode another elevator back up and leapt at the perfect moment, locking his arms around Mechanical Legs' neck. Mechanical Legs shook him off again, and the massive impact shattered the elevator beneath them. Both Ray and Jimmy ended up hanging from a large metal panel. In a brutal move, Mechanical Legs snapped the metal support without caring whether Jimmy would survive. Seeing this, Ray's rage finally exploded. He leapt into the air, grabbed Mechanical Legs by the collar, and with overwhelming strength tore off one mechanical arm, then the other. Before Mechanical Legs could react, Ray slammed him into the ground, destroying him completely. Realizing the situation was hopeless, the doctor tried to flee by car, but suddenly, a mechanical arm smashed through the vehicle from behind. With nowhere left to run, the doctor pulled a heavy rocket launcher from the trunk. As Ray approached step by step, the doctor fired. The explosion blew Ray's body apart. But seconds later, the nanobots began reassembling him before the doctor's eyes. Panicking, the doctor fired again. This time, Ray actually caught the incoming projectile using the nanobots themselves. Even then, the doctor wasn't afraid. He knew the nanobots were nearly out of energy, but what he didn't realize was that Ray had secretly held onto the previous explosive. In the end, both of them disappeared in the final blast, and with that, 10 years of hatred finally came to an end. The movie ends here. Thanks for your watching. Leave your comments below and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this, turn on the notification, and leave a like to help the channel out.